Hello, my name is Dr. Greg Simcoe. Now, how can childhood development affect our learning, our ability to interact with one another, and how is it impacting, or how does it develop into something like autism, ADHD, ADD? Now, childhood development, or brain development, actually has a very distinct pattern. It's supposed to develop a certain way in order for it to for a proper functioning brain, and a proper brain that can learn things. One of the things that has to develop first and is the right brain. Now, before I go into that, I want to talk about what's called hemisphericity. Hemisphericity is comparing the right brain to the left brain, or basically saying that the right brain functions a certain way and the left brain functions a certain way, or the left brain likes certain things, the right brain likes certain things. Now, under our development, it even gets a little more complicated than right and left. There's also front and back, or front and back. When a child develops, or a child's brain develops, it is supposed to develop a certain way. And one of the first parts of the brain that has to develop is the right and back half of the brain. That actually the back half of the brain needs to develop quite for a long time, right into young adulthood. And the right half of the brain needs to develop primarily up to 3 years of life, where it has to be the major part of the brain to develop is the right. Now, the right side of the brain is all about being social, all about non-verbal cues. In other words, looking at your face and knowing what you're thinking by looking at your face, or what you're saying by looking at your face. It's also about being attentive. In other words, it allows you to sit and concentrate on something. That's what the right brain does. So in a sense, the right brain is the social brain. It's also the part of the brain that allows you to be attentive, or the brake pedal. Now compare this to the left brain. The left brain is about detail, about things like math and stuff like that. The left brain is also about going, moving, getting things done, being motivated. So you see that the right and left brain need to be balanced in order for you to properly function or learn things. You need to be attentive to learn things, but you also need to be motivated to learn things. So if they're out of balance, in other words, if the left brain is too strong, okay, then you can't sit and learn things. Now, if the right brain's too strong, you can't get motivated to learn things. So it's very important to be balanced. That's what hemisphericity is all about. It's about balance. Now, let's go back to brain development. The brain reacts to certain stimulation. Stimulation that you're looking at me and it's getting stimulated. Your brain is getting stimulated, I hope. At any rate, the right brain responds to certain types of stimulation, as well as the left brain responds to certain types of stimulation. Now, through the thousands and thousands of years that humans have developed, there's a certain way that the development has occurred in order for the brain to be healthy, and that actually is that the right brain needs to develop before the left brain. It's sort of like building a foundation on the house. The foundation has to be strong. The right brain is the foundation of all our development. And the back half of the brain is a foundation for the rest of the development. Now, the right brain, again, likes nonverbal cues, socialization. It also likes different types of faces. It likes gross motor skills, walking, crawling, learning how to play baseball, riding a bike. All that is right brain activity. Reading and understanding what you're reading is a right brain activity. Being empathetic is right brain. Having empathy. Looking at people's faces is a right brain. Connecting to people is right brain. So you see what I'm saying about autism? There's a disconnect in autism. They're not attentive. They don't even want to look at you half the time. They don't speak much. Now here's the interesting thing. Nonverbal communication. In other words, the cues that you see on the face or the hands or what have you has to develop before verbal communication can develop properly. You ever gotten an email from someone, not seeing their face, and wonder, is that really, are they saying that to be mean to me, or are they saying that in a fun way? You have no idea. You need to see their face in order for that to to fully understand what they're saying. So with that being said, I don't want to go too much further, but understand that our society today puts too much emphasis on development of the left brain before the right brain, because watching TV, looking at computers, sitting, doing those types of activities actually get the left brain developed before the right brain. And if you see a normal development of a brain, they've actually done PET scans, which I'm going to show you at the end of this video, that the right brain is supposed to develop before the left brain. Those with autism, ADHD, and ADD tend to have a left brain developing before the right brain. Very interesting. Think about that and have a good day.